Well, James Gunn's Peacemaker season 2 wrapped up last night, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think this season is actually kind of better than the first season. Now, to get it clear out of the way, I love James Gunn. I think he's an excellent writer. I think he's an excellent director. He knows how to play at my heartstrings, and god damn it, he did again. So, Peacemaker season 2 is more of a character season of Peacemaker and Navajo and Hardcore. And of course, John and Vigilante. And of course, the most lovable eagle ever, Eagly. What I think I really liked about season 2, though, is that it didn't forget about season 1. It didn't forget about the DCEU and the stuff that happened in that universe. They basically just do a giant retcon, like, yeah, this was actually the DC universe the whole time, and that was just like illusions or whatever, blah 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 blah. But when I talk about this being like a character season, like this was more about the struggles that these characters are going through, and where they feel they are in this world. Where's their place in this world? And in a world where metahumans are becoming more common and multi-billionaires are going nuts because, they can't stand the thought of someone being superior than them. You got the government now trying to find ways to do, I guess the best way to put it is control people. And I do think it's funny that the alternative universe Chris thinks is the perfect world, Chris slash Peacemaker is perfect, is actually the Nazi universe, which is Earth X, and it's actually something that's in the comics. It was something I don't think it was that long ago established, but it's like there is a Nazi universe, and what's crazy is that the Augie slash his dad from that universe actually is a surprisingly nice guy. And it's like, of course, the worst guy in our dimension would be a nice guy in the previous dimension. And it just, I thought that was such an interesting little twist he put in there. And that the fact that the Peacemaker from that universe had problems too. And it shows that our Chris is very different because this Chris actually does have a kind soul. He does actually, for all intents and purposes, is a good person. He listens to bad people. He lets people who are bad influence him, and he just kind of just goes with it. Like the more I watched this season, the more I was like, man, John Cena, he is killing it. I cannot separate this character from the actor because that's how good he's doing it. It's just it's like with other actors. It's like there's some roles they're just synonymous with, and John Cena will always be synonymous now with me as Peacemaker because he's he does such an excellent job. The whole scene, and if you no spoilers, um, if you know the scene I'm talking about, there's a scene in the second to last episode that is so good, and it's just like that's the moment where you're like, dude, I have sympathy for this guy. And I like how they even tie like the music into like the themes of the season, and just like how at the end of the day, these are all these people are fucked up in the head in some form or fashion, but they're fucked up in the head together. And hardcore, James, I actually forget her name. I'm so sorry for that, but her actor does a phenomenal job. John's actor, just like yeah, no one here brings in a bad performance. I like the only one that brings in a questionable performance at times is Rick Flag, which even then I think that's actually kind of the point is that he's kind of unhinged, he's nuts, and it's just like Rick Flag Senior for the record. It's just I just like this season. I do. I know I'm gonna come off as a James Gunn's mark, but it's like, dude, when something's good, something's good. And James Gunn did it again. So far he's been batting for he's been batting almost a damn near perfect record. I haven't watched Creature Commandos yet, which I have actually told is technically the real start of the new DC universe. So it's like I gotta watch that, but like from what people have told me, it's actually really good. And Rick Flag Senior is actually a key character in that series, but I've also heard that's more of an anthology series. But some of the character designs I've seen are really interesting. I even heard like we get the Weasel's backstory, which is like, okay, I gotta see it just for that alone, because like someone explained to me the Weasel and why is this fucker so weird in the head, and Yeah, in general, I think this was a good season of television. I think it's better than the first one in some ways because instead of being like, having all the crazy action scenes for the finale and like the big cameos, it's like it's not about any of that. There's no big cameo at the end, there's no big action scene. It's more about the characters and them coming to revelations in their lives and like realizing that instead of listening to others and hoping that they have a better interest, that they should take the world's safety into their hands to a degree. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on Peacemaker season 2. Great season. They obviously set up for season 3, but according to James Gunn, they don't have any plans right now for season 3. Some people out there upset about that, but it's like I kind of get it. When you're in the making of like all these movies and shows, while we love Peacemakers, like at the same time, there's a bigger story being told, and each of these projects does play into the DC universe. So I don't think this is the last time we see our Chris slash Peacemaker. I think this is just the last time we get Peacemaker show for a while. I think there's probably going to be a season 3, but that'll probably be further down the line. So let me know what you guys think of Peacemaker season 2. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Hate it? Let me know in the comment section. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube algorithm BS. Bye.